Alright, today we're going to change the oil on this 2014 Dodge Charger SXT. Has the 3.6 liter engine in it. This cover right here is on top of the engine there. It just easily pops off. Go to each corner of it and gently pull up and it'll pop right off. No, safety first. This car is pretty hard to get up under, and so I had to jack it up. I got me some block and wood as backup so it don't fall. Got my back wheel chalked and emergency brake on. We're gonna have to climb up underneath this thing and take this skid plate off to get to where I can drain the oil. All right, we have the tools with Cobalt tool set. We have the oil drain pan. We're also going to go back in with fully synthetic, well actually advanced synthetic 5W30 from Castro Edge. Extended performance, 20,000 miles between oil changes, guaranteed. And you'll pay a little extra for it, but if you rack up how much you'll spend on oil changes and 20,000 miles every 3,000 miles, it's worth the money. I also got the Ram oil filter, the XG11665. A little bit different than the older cars I've worked on. The oil filter is in the top, not on the bottom, but we'll get to that. The first thing we're going to do is take this skid plate off. Okay, to remove the skid plate, you don't have to remove this front section. You just have to remove this section that's covering your oil pan. You have 4 bolts here. You have 2 in the front. They're 10 millimeters, one here, and then the back here you have one back here, and you also have one back there. So I'm going to remove all 4 of these bolts and drop this plate using a 10 millimeter and the tiny ratchet. All right, we got the skid plate removed, and right here's your oil pan. There's your oil plug, and it's going to be a, I believe it was a 16. Yeah, it's going to be that oil plug. You only need a 16 millimeter. So I'm going to pull this tarp out a little bit because I want to get no oil on it. And I'm putting my oil pan under it, and I'm going to remove the plug and let her drain. All right, she's draining. Got the oil plug out, and I'm going to tell you, that was a pain. The last people to do the oil change on this vehicle was dealership, and I swear they must have hit it with an impact wrench. I wouldn't suggest doing that. All right, we'll let her drain out. We'll get up here and change the filter. Mr. Calvin, you helping Daddy work on the car? He said, no, I'm exploring strange new places where no Calvin has been before. All right, anyway, so we're taking the loose the oil filter, which is right here from the front of the engine. I'm using an inch deep well socket right here to remove that. I was very gentle because it wasn't a perfect fit. I just pounded on this a little bit to get that loose. And we're going to take her off. And after I get that loose, we'll be right back. There's the top of our oil filter. The old filter just pulls straight out. New filter. Put it in, push it down until it locks. And it'll just spin in there. You know it's locked. Gotta make sure that's on there, it's brand new. And then we're gonna put her back in there. I like to pour a little bit of oil on my filter. So I'm gonna use that 1 quart right there and dump a little oil on it. And then I'm gonna reinstall it. You don't need much. I just poured some down the center of it. Poured some on the outside. Oil filter's installed. Now I tighten that down snug. You don't want to overdo it. I just tighten it down after I got it, you know, with a ratchet. After I got her tightened down, I turned it just a little bit till it didn't turn anymore, but don't force it. All right, the oil is drained out, so we'll go ahead and put the plug back in. I'll get a good angle here. All right, we'll go right over here. Put her back in there, make sure not to cross thread her. and just put her back in. And then we'll tighten her back down, and then we'll put oil in her. Alright, I left the skid plate off. I got the oil plug back in. I removed the old oil. And I like to check it in the sunlight, make sure there's no metal shavings or anything that's not other than oil. That'd be bad. I don't see anything, everything looks good. So I'm gonna seal this box up. You wanna make sure you take it to an approved facility that for burn oil, and you don't wanna dump this out anywhere. You wanna make sure you do the right thing with it. Let the skid plate off, I'll put the oil in it. The reason I left it off is I wanna make sure I have no leaks. So I removed my oil cap, and I'm gonna start putting oil in. I'm gonna go with the 5 quarts first, and then we'll start the engine, check for leaks, cut the engine off, and then check the oil. All right, all oil's in. I cleaned up after myself and checked it. It says it's in the safe. Like I said, I left the skid plate off. I'm gonna leave this top cover off. I'm gonna start it, let it run for a minute. Make sure I have no leaks before I put the covers back on and the skid plate back on. And also, for safety reasons, remove all said cats from engine compartment before starting her up. That would be bad. We gotta go, Calvin. Bye-bye. Oh, I love that growl. All right, let's get up under this baby. Back on. Make sure you don't leave anything laying under here. I have no leaks from the oil filter. No leaks from the oil plug. So I can put the skid plate back on. Lady. Alright. That is how you change the oil on your 2014 Dodge Charger. Hope this video helps. Anybody out there wanting to do it themselves, it's not hard. Just follow all safety rules. Chalk your wheels, jack your car up, put block under it, make sure that you don't fall on you, and use the good stuff. Castro Edge Extended Performance 20,000 mile oil guaranteed. Ram filter, Cobalt tools, got the job done. Now we're going to put the skid plate back in. Call it a done deal. If you like the video, please subscribe. If you got any questions, comment below. Bye-bye-bye.